Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 34 of this Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. This is an army with a state, Prussia! In the last episode, we continued to build up our armies. We got some new generals. We did not progress through technology. We are in the process of paying off our loans, and that is going pretty well. And yeah, everything is looking pretty good. Now, since the last episode, I have gone and grabbed the beta of the next patch that's coming out. This has changed a couple of things. Most importantly, it's added a whole bunch of provinces to Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, which you will see probably in a couple of weeks on the Norway game. We'll go into detail on precisely what that has changed, but basically it has broken up a number of the provinces over... Actually, no, it hasn't. Agershus should have been split apart. Likewise with Christiansand, I think. Has that not happened here? Kalmar has been split as well, I think. Huh, well that's interesting. Because in the multiplayer game, it did, yeah, Vestjylland should have been split as well. Huh, okay, that's really strange. Those provinces were all split up, so there are a lot more provinces up here in Scandinavia. Where we're actually playing in Scandinavia, it's happened, but in this one, apparently it hasn't. So that should also mean if I go into here, an overextension, there's no overextension to manage, because where those provinces have been split out of previous nations, you didn't actually start with cores in them. I wonder why those didn't split out. That's really interesting. Wait, that's a new one, I think. Because all the new ones start with just 3 development, that's how you can kind of tell. Though it does already have cores and claims, so no, that is an original. How bizarre. Because Denmark's gained like 4 provinces, Sweden gained about 5, Norway gained 3 or 4. They also added wastelands. Those have not made it in either. Sorry about the abrupt cut-off there. I decided to quit and reload the game just to see if anything changed, and then to try and reconvert my save into the new version, and no, nothing has changed. So what should be here is there should be a bunch of mountainous wasteland here in northern Italy and Switzerland, basically making northern Italy a far more secure location. So playing as Switzerland and Milan would be quite interesting. Norway has gained a massive mountain range here in the center, which means Norway is also going to be harder to attack because you have to come either through northern Norway or from the south. The Pyrenees also have a wasteland across here, which means that there's only two ways into France and Spain, so that would have made Clash of the Titans way more interesting. Morocco's gained a bunch. Yeah. Hungary's got some. Now, I'm kind of disappointed I can't show that off, because it's actually quite an interesting map change. I wonder if it's because I'm beyond a certain point in the game timeline, because the Saga of the Titans is a lot sooner. Time-wise, we're not in 1630, I think it's like 1550 or something like that. If even that. No, it must be, yeah, must be about that. Anyway, yeah, so we have made that change. The other big change, which I'm going to assume is in because of the changes on the map graphics, you can see the states are now far more thickly lined than they were previously, and that is because they've changed how forts function. This is something they're actually going to remove again, but I'm currently playing the current beta, which they haven't removed it in yet, the current public beta. And what that does basically is it means wherever a fort is, and again, sorry about that. I've been trying to work out why some things are working and some things are not, and then trying to reverse the changes back to the previous version of the game, but that wasn't working. So we're going to have to just continue like this, and that's fine. So what has changed? Well, forts have changed how they work. You can see that the states are now outlined, which basically means if you have a fort in a state, then that entire state is protected by that fort. However, adjacent provinces, as it previously was, are not. Therefore, the fort in Berlin is now protecting Potsdam, Rupin, and Altmark, and if, say, a Bohemian army were to march from Dolny Luzice to Wismar, they would have to go all the way around. They could not go through Rupin Potsdam. And if we had a fort in Neumark, then they could not go through this way at all. They would have to go around here. So that is the big change in forts. Now, this does mean that there are likely to be more forts built, generally. So the cost of maintenance has been halved, and that's probably why I'm making so much money right now. But yeah, that's that. I think that's the only other major change, as far as I can remember. Yeah, I think so. So we'll just move on. Oh, you've reset my icons. Damn it. I'll worry about those later. Oh man, that's annoying. And we have seen everything. Ah yes, another change is also areas that have not been colonized are now colored their base terrain, just to make it more Earth-like. I'm not actually sure I like that change, because it means that wastelands are no longer highlighted in the same way that they were previously. And I think it also makes it slightly less clear precisely who owns what. Like imagine someone green came along, dark green. I guess there is no one really dark green, but imagine Castile in a deserty area. Like here, in fact. Like, is that Castile or is it not? Kind of harder to see when you're zoomed out, because they are pretty close colour. And that is also the case for wastelands and mountains and stuff like that. So Austria being in the mountains, having mountains around Austria can be a little bit confusing. But that's not the kind of thing we can really complain about. Now, what I did want to have a look at is I think there is a way of seeing precisely what is protected by the various forts. That does not appear to be the case. Okay, I have no idea. This is going to annoy me. Like, I don't have Imperial there anymore. Later. So, we are just going to continue. We're going to unpause. We're going to wait until the end of the month just to see if we really are making 19 ducats a month. Yes, we actually were, and that has actually gone up even more, which is rather nice. Are we paying off war exhaustion? We are not. Okay, so these loans should be paid off pretty rapidly at the new income rates. We are waiting for the institution to spread. That's going to cost us 400 to embrace. Okay. And I'm losing great power status, probably mostly because I have not embraced the institution and most of the others around me have, but we should get over that pretty quickly. We have annexed Anhalt, and in fact Anhalt's fort is still turned on, so we're going to turn you off. Oh, is that why I could see the fort? Hang on, I'm just going to turn these on really, really quickly and see if that shows me what areas of this land are in fact protected by forts. Where was it? There. No. Alright, good to know. Turn them off, pay off the loans real quick. Bob's your uncle. And all the other good stuff. Cool. Now, were there any more troops that I wanted to train? There were. I don't need to do that just yet, but I will need to do it fairly soon. The reason I say that is because our manpower is ticking up fairly steadily towards the top. Okay, we can now repay a loan. We get mercantilism, which is always nice. Repaid. Continue. How much? Ooh, we're getting almost 1,000 manpower a month. That's rather juicy. How is the Polish army faring right now? It's pretty big, but their mine's not exactly something to be sneered at, so... What was their standing army? 88,000 to my 50,000. My force limit allows for 72 now, that's growing pretty rapidly. Nice. I'm wondering, if I bring in all the forts again... Königsberg does not protect... Oh man, this is going to really screw things up a bit. I don't like this new fort system. I'm quite pleased they're getting rid of it. Sooner the better, please, guys. Okay, they are fabricating stuff. We're fabricating stuff. Milan, are you still protected by France? In fact, you're already at war with Hungary and Austria. You are indeed still protected by France. How irritating. I think you probably are as well. Yes, you are. Even though France is 1,000 in debt, kind of cut short the number of people I can go after. Because I don't think I could take Poland and France at the same time. One or the other, sure, but both, no. Another one paid off. Brunswick has embraced the thingy. Right, so what troops are we going to need? Because we need to start buying them now. The template, it is standard with a D, not a T, as someone said it might be. So we are going to need 2 cavalry and 2 artillery in each. So we'll grab the 2 artillery now. And then in 2 months' time, we'll get another 2. And then the 2 cavalry. And everything will be good. Ooh, monthly autonomy change. That's pretty nice. One more. Then we'll need to get another one after this. There we go. And then cavalry after that. Truce with Baden has ended. Milan's made peace. White peace. Milan got off easy. So how much would one of these actually cost? 504. Okay, good to know. And there we go. We have got our troops up to the kind of strength that I want them to be. We could be 12. No, we could get half a stack. We couldn't get a whole stack for the amount that I would be willing to pay. Stacks of 30,000. Okay. Your nation is requesting come to their aid. Bohemian purge of Hungarian heresy. War they've started. Wallachia, Austria. And Austria is already losing against Denmark, apparently. Yes, I accept. Slow that down. Bring all the armies up. These are all fully engaged. We are still making a bit of money, which is lovely. I'm just going to wait until our armies are at full strength, because we are also waiting for some troops. So who are we actually fighting? Hungary, France. Oh, we're not fighting Poland. Poland refused the call. So it's Hungary and France mostly. And in fact, if we have a truce with France, then we'll be able to go after Poland. Who exactly is Denmark fighting? Poland and the Netherlands. Who started the war? I'm going to guess Poland. If I go into the ledger, if I go to the end, next. Current wars, Polish conquest of Neva. It was indeed Poland, because I'm not allied with you anymore. Bad things are happening. You suck, Denmark. Just wanted to get that out there, in case it wasn't clear. What tech level is France? France is 18 mil. I am 17. I could spend the money to go up in institution. I probably need to. It'll cost me, what, 2 loans? So everything I just paid off, but oh well. Worth it for new technology. Embrace. +1 merchant. Lovely jubbly. Now we need to go military, diplo, and admin. That does give us another idea. Oh, 2 idea groups. I was somewhat thinking innovative, and then something. Trade. Now that we're actually starting to do some, maybe, potentially, possibly. Do we want to spend some military points on beefing up our government? I think we do. One more. That'll do. Alright, so we have a very, very solid military. We can get new units, which does not include you. Does, however, include you. And you. Alright, so we are going to need to wait for those to finish. Where is the French army at this point? Because we want to get a crushing victory against the French. So let's start moving towards their border in preparation for this. Styria will cede. Ooh, Austria is back. But Austria is still... No, Austria has in fact converted. So we have another contender for the emperorship. Though not a major one, it has to be said. Everyone likes me. Though Baden only just. Ansbach, we did improve relations with you, right? Yes, we did. Don't particularly want an alliance with you. We could get more mercenaries for the idea. I think I'd rather wait because level 19 military is a rather big one. So we will wait. Alright, let's go screw up some French armies. And I've been looking forward to this. Now we've actually got a decent army, we should spank them. Though the French are not to be underestimated, we still want to fight them in favourable conditions. In fact, we should probably go after the Hungarians. Again, Hungarians are not one to be underestimated either. The Dutch unrivaled me. Oh. So why are you unembargoing me? That's a bit of a strange one. Do I have... Yes, I do. Alright, let's go. Bohemians are over there. Still not seeing any of the French. Let's send you up this way. No. Bohemians are taking that. Still no Frenchies. Where are you? Danes and the Dutch are fighting. That's probably a mistake for the Danes. Don't run away. Oh, sport. It's a good general, but he's not very quick. Going to Wisner. Yeah, you're just going to run away. Prussia. Ooh! Oh, we caught an army, but it wasn't the army. Unfortunate. Where are you going now? Lublin. Let's meet you in the other direction. You come over here. You going to Warsaw? You are. Let's go to Warsaw. You come this way. See if we can catch you in a pincer between our armies. Oh, yeah, you're way behind them. Bollocks. Oh, we're going to catch him. There's no way you can get away from me here. Right? Oh, for Pete's sake, really? Come on, guys. Better than this. Do I have a faster general? Yeah, I do. Alright, let's just catch this bastard and kill him. There we go. Right, so my morale is 6.2 to their 5.5. I have 120 discipline to their 105. I thought that would be a bit higher. Yeah. Oh no, in the shock phase they do quite well. They did really well, actually. All things considered. That's a lot of Ottomans. Who are the Ottomans here for? The Ottomans are currently fighting against... Oh, the Poles. Nice. Are you allied with the Ottomans, Denmark, or they just joined because it's a... great power. Looks that way. Right, so I'm not going to send you both the same way. We'll kind of split up. See where you try and run to. Still haven't seen hide nor hair of France. Kind of looks like the French don't want a piece of this war. Which is kind of a shame, and yet also kind of not. Well done, Bohemia. Easy fight, that'll be a stack wipe. Right, yes, good. Alright, let's go and deal with Munster over there. We'll let the Bohemians take the attrition damage from actually sieging stuff. We could get another No, we don't want Diplo ideas because we are miles behind in Diplo. Which means we probably do want another admin. We could take administrative, which would make taking loans and stuff even cheaper. I mean, mercenaries are cheaper as well. Advisor cost would be nice. We don't really have a problem with states. Tech cost, institution. Yeah, I think we are going to take innovative. Grab that. Slower prestige decay is also nice. Cool! I'm happy with that. Right, onwards. Where are the French? I am very disappointed. Wait, the English joined on our side? They have. Interesting. Yeah, Munster's decided they don't want a piece of this. I don't blame you. Let's go and take some Munster apart, shall we? Hopefully the Bohemians decide to release some Munster provinces. That would be nice. Poland's unembargoed me too. What's going on here? We're going to be fairly close to the next admin tech, so I think we'll just wait. We'll hold off. Yeah, because of the way the forts have changed, the AI hasn't had a chance to rebuild them yet. So taking territory is going to be pretty easy. Though France seems to have done a fairly decent job. Kind of. Kind of. I think they just got lucky with how they started. Let's leave the armies over there. How are we doing? Hungary's being smashed. Marvellous. Really want to fight the French though. This is my opportunity to weaken them. Do we have access through the Dutch? Yep. So we could hit them in northern France. Which I would very much like to do. Yes, I will repay a loan. It's very good of you. In fact, while we're doing this, I'm going to grab the good general. Put you in command. You lot follow as well. So we're running around with a 45,000 man stack. How much do the French have? Probably a lot. 98,000. If they bring all of their forces together at once, which they may not. I'm going to sit on Hainaut. There goes Munster. You should piece them out fairly soon. Munster being down to medium. Hungary as well. Where the bloody hell are the French? There we go. Oh wait, was that? No, that was just Munster. 31 ducats, of which I get 6. Fantastic. And you didn't release any stuff. Bohemia's done 17%. Whoa, Great Britain's done 58% of the fighting? Really? Well, I guess there hasn't been that much fighting. France has done 7. You know what? These two have just been going at it. It's probably all at sea. Interesting. Oh, and now you're exiled. Fantastic. Go home, come back. Go. And if the French show up, I'll be kind of pissed off. Oh, we don't have access to the Dutch anymore. That could be a problem. A tiny French army who appear to have access to the Dutch. Ah, now I do. Okay. That's not the French. Where are they? Let's go and stomp on them. Right. Let's bring you back home. There should be an absolute curb stomping. Yep. Bye-bye. 6,000 artillery. Really, France? You throw 6,000 artillery at me. Another Diplo, sure. This should help with the corruption. Quite a lot, actually. Nice. And what general is currently in command? High maneuver. Oh, high siege. You should be over here, buddy. Let's switch you around. Right, merchant. I need to use him. I don't have that much control. Some there. Oh, I have 18% up here. Interesting. Transfer trade power. Oh, did I just delete him? Totally did, didn't I? No, I didn't. Good. So we're sending more money to Lubeck. That is good. I should have checked that way earlier. Didn't think of it. All right. Let's take Rethel. My level 5 siege guy. This is amazing. I'll probably pay off another loan too. Yeah, I can. Marvelous. Bohemia are no longer considered a great power. Does that mean they no longer want the emperorship? No, they still do. Strategic interest in becoming emperor themselves. Damn you and your strategic interests. Hey, that's mine. Can't go to Cambrai because we haven't taken Rethel. Denmark, white peace. 50 military power. Denmark is now rivals with Poland. Lots of stuff changing. Where the hell are the French? Seriously, this is getting silly. Where are they? Let's go marching on to Paris. Risk of trade. Trade over large distances can be risky if profitable. The weather, brigands and pirates remain a threat on land as well as on water. Normally the Burkers can cope with a certain amount of mishaps and have their own ways to protect themselves and ensure their cargo. Lately, however, things have been going pretty badly for a large number of merchant families, and some are at risk of bankruptcy. It may be prudent to offer some financial compensation to put them back on their feet. That's a lot of money, but worth it for the mercantilism alone. Right, taking a loan for that. Poland is embraced. And with that, I think we will call this episode. So I'm sorry about the beginning. I know it was a little bit messy as I was trying to get a handle on precisely what was going on, but I think we're getting there. We're going to have to do some fort changes here. I don't know when the next patch update is due out. This one has been out for a couple of days already, but because we did the Saga of the Titans, I just thought I would continue playing it here. And again, that Saga of the Titans episode won't actually be out for probably 2 weeks or so, just because we're ahead of schedule and we have to record in bulk because Igel and Bussy are only available on certain days. So yes, thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying this series, then please do hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, please do consider subscribing as well. And if you have any tips or advice, do let me know in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.